So here we go again, another Saturday, driving on out, trying to figure out about that hustle and flow. Got another carpool confession, 1,000 things running through my mind about the best thing and worst thing about living here in Vegas, doing real estate and everything, is trying to figure out what to talk to you guys about. And this week, I kind of had a little thought ahead of time. Normally, as I'm driving, I kind of like, okay, what am I going to talk about? Still had that thought, but what's been going right now is what in the world is going on with Vegas. It's like this FAFO moment. It's like everything I see, no matter what article, no matter what YouTube video, even talking to people who are calling me up, it's about the same thing. It's like Vegas is dying somehow. And even some videos I've seen, and I didn't know this guy even lived in Vegas. I knew some other guys lived in Vegas, but I'm not sure if he lives here or not, but it seemed from his video on Coach Greg Adams, it sounded like he lived here in Vegas, and he made this statement. And it was like, I was just thinking about it for a second, and I get to it, and then a guy called me up a few days ago, and we were talking, and it's like, is Vegas and these casinos and all these folks, are they doing this stuff? Are they killing Vegas on purpose? I mean, you got to wonder, are they killing this place on purpose? Because I'm just sitting here and it's just bad. And I was just looking, at videos like right before I started driving, like preparing and everything. And it's just talking about how like bad it's starting to get here. And I started thinking about when I PCS'd here back in 2010. When I came here for my house hunting trip, there were nickel slots. There were places like Slots a Million. I mean, I'm not a gambler or anything like that, but the place I stayed at was Circus. It was $27 a night. Yeah, it had a resort fee, and I was mad as hell about it. Resort fee, it was $7 a night. $7 a night. What's this have to do with housing? Everything. The buffet, it was like, I think lunchtime was $12. No, it wasn't even 12, maybe like 10, maybe 10, $12, $16 for dinner. There's no such thing anymore. They had like 99-cent foot-long hot dogs because there's this little, the Slots a Million, which was next to the Circus. I think it was owned by them. They had like 99-cent foot-long hot dogs. They had shrimp cocktails for $1.99. That stuff doesn't exist anymore. And I can remember maybe a few years later, still before I retired from the Air Force, you'd have relatives in, you'd go down the strip and you'd just be mad as heck, It's like, dang, go in there and it's like, a bottle of water is like $4. How dare they charge this? But now a bottle of water is $10 damn from what I understand. What? Are they driving people away? And Coach Greg Adams was talking about, they are trying to drive people away. They're trying to drive people away because all they want are the high rollers. So I'm just looking at all these videos and they're talking about folks, and it's like, the folks who work down there. And it's like, these folks, they made $400-500 a night in tips. Now they're lucky to clear 150 a night. Well, that makes a huge difference if you got a city full of people who live on tips. So if you're living on tips and you went from making $400 and $500 a night, and that is your life, that is how you pay your mortgage if you're going to have a house. That's how you're going to buy a car. That's how you buy your groceries, put your kids through school, pay your health insurance, and it goes down to 150 a night. See how that affects everything, how it affects the economy. All the people who depend on your tips, and it's not just your family. Remember, you pay, groceries. You pay for all that other stuff, clothing. If you're not buying that stuff, those people don't get paid. It all trickles down. That old Reagan trickle-down economy thing? Yeah, it does trickle down. And I was just saying this thing, I don't know if it was fake, if it was real. There's just too much AI going on right now. I mean, just listening from my tech brain, it seemed like it may have been AI and it was fake. But supposedly this guy, he was interviewing a retired executive from the casinos. It just something about it sounded fake, but it could have been real. And this was all like I was doing my oral routine. I'll call it that, my oral routine. And he was talking about how things progressed through, the casino industry. But, the way it progressed seems about logical. One casino went like, hey, what about this? We'll introduce a resort fee of $25 a night. And the executive's like, that don't make sense. Who in the heck is going to come to Vegas and pay an extra $25 a night? Well, let's just try it. And then people paid it. And then all of the other casinos followed suit. Then they just kept raising it and raising it and raising it. been to Vegas, you know what I'm talking about. Well, let's try to make people pay for parking. Then one casino did it. Then they all did it. No, last year, my sister came into town, decided to go eat someplace. Well, I was going to meet them and we were going to eat. Somebody said, hey, there's this restaurant down at Planet Hollywood. Got really, really great prices. You know how much it cost me to park down there? $35. Planet Hollywood is the only place on the strip that doesn't offer, oh my God, I don't believe this idiot. These idiots and these Teslas. You're gonna put your car at risk like that just to get ahead of somebody. I wish you just crashed into that damn wall. So anyway, it's $35. I mean, that's just to park. It's not like you're there for hours and hours. Just to go up in there, park was $35. No wonder the locals don't come to the strip anymore or go to the strip. Who would do that? Even if it was a good meal and it was cheap. No. So the locals don't go to the strip. And it's like Coach Greg Adams was right. It is only for the high rollers. But the thing is, a lot of those high rollers are foreigners. And the foreigners, for some odd reason, I ain't gonna say nothing because I know right now I'm gonna take a break because we're gonna have two groups of people who are gonna start typing in here. You're going to have some on one side of the political spectrum. Well, it's good for the economy. You just have to wait. You'll see how it's going to work. And the other people just furiously on the other side of it. You know what? Let me take a break. Go watch traffic for a minute. Y'all done? Okay, let's stop this. Canadians ain't coming here anymore. Our tourist volume is down. What was it? 11 point something percent? Let's just call it 12%. I think it's close to 12%. $10 billion so far this year have disappeared from the Vegas economy. $10 billion. Now, I know a lot of that went to Wall Street, but it affects real people because they're not tipping. I know earlier this year I was talking about it with, the no tax on tips, and I had people, commenting, it's like, y'all just don't understand. It's not gonna help anyone. I'm like, yeah, it helps people like, here in Vegas, a lot of people live on tips. And they don't report it, so they can't use it to buy houses and cars and everything else. Now they can report it and it can be used. Well, guess what? They ain't getting tipped anyway. Now it doesn't help them because they ain't making no money, which means they can't buy houses, That's where it comes to second person, where they were calling. And, they're starting to, it's like, I see Vegas is dying right now because in a way it is for now. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. And you just see it, but none of it adds up. And it's kind of like you're saying, like in one of your videos, you'll say this and the next one you'll say that, because what I'm saying is what's going on. And that's why it don't add up, because we are at record highs. 485 is a record high, and it's just been sliding to the right for month after month. It's not going down, but the sales go down every month, but don't make sense. Why are we at record highs when sales are going down? And they just reported that there are more, nationwide now, there are now 500,000 more homes on the market than there are buyers. Yet prices are not going down. Does that make any sense to anybody? It doesn't even make sense to me as a real estate agent that prices are not going down when the inventory is going up. The only thing that's making any sense whatsoever is, even though the inventory is going up, all of the sellers, they're playing the game. Game is, well, I put it, I want this amount for my house, and the buyers aren't buying. So, I'm taking it off the market. Now, from the real estate agent side, I'm going like, okay, this is the screw over moment, because on average, an agent can spend up to, $1,500, on your house. And that's the problem. You didn't put anything into it, and you just went, well, I'm not getting what I want. Just cancel my listing. Yeah, that's the problem. Let's just try it out. You're trying out at somebody else's money. That's a whole new video. Yeah, so people don't get, why a lot of, agents get frustrated, like when sellers don't lower their price. It's because it's the price. It's always the price. Anyway, but let's get back to the subject at hand. So I don't know how long this is going to last. And now they're talking about what there's extra fees for visas and stuff. You used to be able to, like, from certain countries, just come to the U.S. and just like we can go to certain countries. I don't know what's going to happen long term here. And the biggest problem I'm starting to see long term, or at least short term, because long term, there's just all kinds of other problems. Because short term, you have Buyers going like, see, well, great, I can do this, that, and the other thing, which they can do a lot now. This is the best buyer's market that you have seen, and my goodness, I've been doing this for 12 years, 10 years full-time, 2 years still on active duty. Let me tell you, this is the best buyer's market I have seen, where you can just run all over. You can run the game right now. But the buyers and the sellers are just getting to this point where it don't make sense. The sellers are just going, I'm just gonna pull my house off the market. And the buyers are canceling like crazy. We have the highest cancellation market from the buyers ever. And Vegas leads it in the nation. The buyers are just like, whoops, I'm out, bye. Sellers are like, oops, I'm out, bye. Everybody's like, oops, I'm out, bye. So, I mean, I don't know who to feel sorrier for, the sellers or the buyers. I mean, the buyers are kind of in a catbird seat. They're pretty good right now, because as long as everything's working good for them, because right now you should be able to get, your closing costs. You're gonna at least get that. Again, this is the first time I saw this one article that nationwide, and I know it's true here in Vegas, nationwide we're at an inflection point where new home bills, check this out, new home bills are the same price or less than a resale home. Y'all listen to me? So wait a minute, if I can buy a new home for the same price or less than a resale home, and most of them are paying closing costs, and most of them are buying down your interest rate. Yeah, I can't speak for the rest of the country because they have different building standards, but here in Vegas, that's why it's 40% of the market. Because once somebody walks into a new home build, they're like, why was I looking at those resale homes? This is the same price. And they're paying my closing costs, and they're paying my, wait a minute, I'm getting what kind of interest rate? I'm saving how much per month? Okay, thank you. That's why these lenders, man, they're losing their minds here in Vegas, probably nationwide. I've already told you what happened a few times over at Veterans United when I was still working with them. That poor client who wanted that new house at D.R. Horton, talked her out of it. Couldn't believe that. Just screwed that poor person over. You'll just see them lose it. It's like, they went to a new build? Feel like that Dolce one. Now breathe. Now is a river, man. So anyway, that's about it. This market is just nuts right now. Sellers are having a hard time. Condos especially, they're having a hard time. Townhomes, not as bad, but single family homes, priced right, do very well. As long as they're priced right, that's the problem. It's these people who keep doing the, I want this amount for my house. They just keep losing and losing. Anyway, that's all I got for this one for this week. I'm gonna make it shorter than normal. Sitting here looking at this Maserati, seeing how, man, that Costco, I've never seen someplace, I would have gone to Costco today, but that, oh my God, you should see this parking lot. People going nuts just because there's a new Costco. I was actually gonna come here on Thursday and do a video just to show what was going on at Costco. And I found out people showed up at like started showing up at like 6:30 to the Costco, lining up. I'm like, what? What is this, Black Friday? Back 20 years ago before the internet took over? Couldn't believe it. So that took my plans out. Glad I forgot to show up, or at least I had something to do that day. I was like, man, I really wanted to go do that. I was gonna come and drone here and do all kinds of stuff, and I guess it would have been good to show the line starting that early. Anyway, do that YouTube stuff, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. And all my military brothers and sisters, you know the drill. Alpha Mike Foxtrot. The rest of my subscribers, which is the majority of you folks, you know we're gonna keep them lights on for you. If you need to reach out, call, text, email, information is down below. Better yet, get on my calendar, because I have been having an issue, especially those who have been emailing, because I get hundreds of emails a day. And when I try to respond to folks, I'll open one email, and then by the time I close it or answer it, I'll have 20 more. And that just keeps happening and happening. And it's kind of hard to even find your email again. And then I go back, and at least the people who get on my calendar, they always get service first. So You get service first when you're on the calendar because an appointment has been made. That's all I got to say. And of course, a video should be popping up from YouTube, and they say that's the one you're gonna love. So if you can show some love and go watch it, I'll meet you on over there. See y'all.